Welcome, everyone. Welcome to day 6 of our 21-day journey together. My name is Sylvia, and I live in the mountains of Virginia with my family. I'm recently retired, and I've been renovating our retirement home for the past 2 years. If you are new tonight, don't worry. There are recordings, and there's also breakout room help at the end of the program, where you can speak one-on-one with us or in a small group with Sahaja Yoga practitioner to answer your questions. Yesterday, we learned about the qualities of the chakras on the central channel and introduced the hand massage. Today, using the natural elements, fire, earth, water, ether, and we will begin foot soaking. Tonight, we'll have 2 guided meditations, a video of our founder, Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, and we will have presenters sharing experiences afterwards. So if you'd like to stay on for that, we'll be so happy to have you with us. The program is 1 hour, and you can stay afterwards for the presenter questions. Sahaja Yoga is free and always will be since its founding in 1970. So with that, let us invite and welcome our wonderful presenters tonight. So we have Sia and Jason. Hello. Greetings. So glad that
Hello.
we're together.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. So Sia, would you like to go first, please, and introduce yourself?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Sia. I live in Austin, Texas. I'm a music teacher for violin and piano, and I'm also writing a lot of music for the meditation, mainly videos, musicals. We've done all sorts of things, choirs. Actually, what happened is we wrote a little song for tonight, and that was very spontaneous. And Sahaj means actually also spontaneous because it's something we have inside, spontaneous. The presenters, you might know, Rahul helped me. It's actually very funny because I shot him a text. I said, oh, we have elements in 2 days. Let's make a song. Can you write some words? And within half an hour, he wrote 5 stanzas for the 5 elements, which Purnima, who you've also met, completed. And I did the music for it. So it's a big experiment, but it's a little gift from us to you all, a little new song. So wish me luck, I can deliver.
You'll do beautifully. We all know your music, Sia, and so excited. That's so great. Wonderful.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree. And hello, Jason. This is your first time presenting on 21 Days National at 8:45 p.m. New York time. Welcome. Tell us about yourself a little bit, please.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Jason. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle area. I'm a digital artist up here. And I've been enjoying Sahaja Yoga meditation since I was in college back in the 90s. So early 90s, I learned about these techniques and started meditating and have really been enjoying it all the way through. In college, when I started meditating, right away, some of my teachers noticed a difference in me, especially in my attentiveness and delivery on homework. It just definitely helped me in that time. And I've just really been enjoying it ever since.
What a beautiful testimonial for all of our people who have been with us for 6 days now and are wondering what comes next. So great. So with that, Sia, we hand it over to you.
Absolutely. My pleasure. I am allowed to teach you foot soak today, but before we get there, a very quick recap. Maybe some of you felt a bit overwhelmed with the amount of things we've learned, but you will see it's going to come again and again. We repeat it again and again. It's really not rocket science to learn the basics of Sahaja Yoga meditation. So what have we covered so far? We have learned that our hands can speak. We feel vibrations, that we have a subtle system, and our fingertips are connected to 7 energy centers in our body that are all connected to different parts of the body physically, but also emotions, sentiments, qualities. And if we have problems, we can find out on our fingers how to fix them, how to solve them. We have learned that this meditation has been brought to us by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, who you see in the picture. She's the founder of Sahaja Yoga. We have learned that she helped us, she actually made it possible that we can feel this now. It's an old knowledge about the Kundalini energy that is residing at the bottom of our spine, and raising this Kundalini energy so it comes out on top of our head. That is an experience, and it's called self-realization. So we all have probably touched into this self-realization aspect. If we haven't, there's a possibility to request a breakout room to get help with that once more. Now, what do I do in meditation? The big question, what do we do? The great answer is nothing. We don't do anything. It's a spontaneous state. It's a state of being completely in the present, to be completely here, alert, yet beyond thoughts. We're going beyond thoughts. It's a journey upwards through all these energy centers into the connection where we are all actually also connected, and we can feel even each other on our fingertips. But to get there, we have a very simple process. We always start our meditation by raising the Kundalini and giving it abandon, and we end like that. What happens in between depends on what I feel. Which energy center is out of sync, which energy center needs help, right? And for that, I become my own master. I become my own teacher. I become my own guru, right? So in a collective meditation like this, somebody will lead the meditation and we can all go along. However, it's very important that we have our individual meditations on top. In the morning, ideally, right? We're meeting now in the evening. Use the morning before you go to work and sit down. Raise your Kundalini, take a bandhan and just sit. Open your hands. And if you don't know anything at all, then just bring your attention on top of your head and stay there in silence. That's already plenty. And over time, you'll see that this Kundalini energy actually does all the work for you. She does all this work of cleansing these centers, and you may feel a massive difference within a couple of days. In Sahaja Yoga, we have a couple of treatments. We have ways to balance ourselves. And for that, we use the elements. And we had a little chat with our presenters before the program about how we humans have become so completely disconnected from our environment. It's almost like we think we live in this synthetic bubble that is unrelated to weather, unrelated to what's happening to Mother Earth, right? But it's not. We're made of all these elements. They are deeply in us. And we use these elements also to clear ourselves. So as you can see, when we meditate, we like to have a candle because the element fire already clears the atmosphere actually tremendously. It's a big help. We also learn later to use a candle to clear ourselves if we need so. And today's element is water and earth for foot soak. I'm allowed to teach you foot soak. I'm quite excited actually. So for that, I will move over to the foot soak station. Now, briefly about the foot soak. It's an ancient technique. Some of our grandparents must have still done it. The element water. Can you have a favorite element? Because that would be my favorite element. Because it has so many stages. Think of it. Water can be soft and nourishing. It can be steam. It can be a river. It can be beautiful, but it can be ferocious. It can be scary and can be a rock hard. It has all these different stages. And in us, we exist mostly of water. So water is such an important element for us to have, to drink. We need to drink, we need to stay hydrated, all these things just to be alive, right? So element water is effective, especially it works on our third energy center, on the belly area, the Nabi chakra. And the element earth is represented in the foot soak as salt. So you may have all gotten the memo, what you should prepare. And here we go. This is our little foot soak area. Not everybody has a violin next to it. I do. And here we have our water bucket, which I hope you have prepared. Some water to rinse. Salt, normal table salt, nothing Epsom or anything else, just normal table salt, simple salt. And a towel. So we want to add maybe a little bit of salt, tablespoon. I put more. Maybe a handful of salt into the bucket. All right, and whenever we are ready, I'm going to make this like that. Connect to a different microphone, watch this spot, and we're ready to meditate. Hope you can hear me well. Even in the foot soak, the beginning and the end is the same. We raise our Kundalini energy, as you have learned. Left hand up the spine and the right hand whirls around from top to forward to bottom to behind. And over the head, we tie a knot. Can you see? A knot. Tie a knot. Then we do this for the second time with 2 knots, slowly with the tension. And the third time for the third energy channel, 3 knots. So these knots are not only tying these 3 channels that we have, but also they should bring our attention on top of our head. So let's just use our left hand and place it over our head just to bring the attention there. Let's get ready for silence to bring our attention inwards. You may already feel a little bit of a cool breeze or a warm breeze coming out. You can also, if you want to, check with your right hand. And then bring your hands to your lap. Let's close our eyes. Again, we're not doing anything. We have received our self-realization, and the Kundalini is doing all the work for us. Let's bring our attention inside. And if any thoughts are coming, we can say, not now, not now. Let's use our right hand and give a couple of clockwise circles to vibrate the water. We can explain this later. So the water, which will work mainly on the second and third center, and then the element salt, which is element earth, will help us clear our subtle center, especially the first 3 chakras. But the foot soak is also there if we feel overwhelmed and too stressed. Very good for people who are very stressed and perfect before sleeping. So let's put our feet inside. We recommend not to look into the water because in the clearing process, obviously all this negativity will now be sucked out of our system through the feet. As you can see, I'm sitting slightly slanted because we usually are facing the photograph and the candle to clear. Let's keep our hands open and do absolutely nothing. If thoughts are coming, just gently bring your attention back on top of your head. If too many thoughts are coming, you can also look into the candle, element fire, for the thoughts to stop. Mother Kundalini, please remove any impurities. Please remove any negativities that are troubling me. Please help me get into meditation so I can steady my attention. You can raise the Kundalini a few times with the right hand, very slowly, effortlessly. At this stage, we can already put our attention on our fingers. What am I feeling? Is there any finger in particular feeling tingly, heavy? Remember what you feel. So later on, if you go in the breakout room, you can ask or work on it with your mentor. Let us put our right hand in the curb between the leg and the lower abdomen. And here we can ask Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. Remove any false knowledge that is obstructing my subtle system. Please enlighten my knowledge. Give me pure knowledge. Connect me to this pure knowledge, to the truth from inside. So this energy center is your left thumb. So if we say these affirmations from the heart, you may feel the left thumb gets lighter. Then we can open our hands again. And what's really important is that we don't cling to this now. So when we ask the Kundalini to work on it, then we just let it go. If thoughts are coming, not now. Bring your attention on top of your head. We can also do a little bit of right side, left side clearing. We've learned that before. That's a very simple way of balancing. In order to cleanse our left side channel, this channel of emotion and the past, we can drop our right hand towards the ground, to Mother Earth. So if we were not in a foot soak, we would place the hand on Mother Earth, connect to Mother Earth. Mother Earth, please cleanse my left side channel, my left channel. Please cleanse all these emotions. Purify my emotions. Any feelings I carry that trouble me, please remove them. Please remove any attachments to the past and anything that bothers me, that is attacking me from the past. Please cleanse that. And let's not forget that also guilt is on the left side here. Let's put our right hand now on the left shoulder and turn the head a little bit and say, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. This feeling of guilt is a myth and is self-destructive. It's not helping me. Mother Kundalini, please remove all my guilt. I am not guilty. Say it with confidence in your heart. I am not guilty at all. You can say it a couple of times in your heart. This is, by the way, your left index finger. I am not guilty at all. I'm not guilty. And then let go. Again, when we have done it, we just let go. Let's put our hands back on the lap, attention on top of our head. Let's clear our right channel, the right side. That is the side of action, of future, of thinking, of doing. So let's raise our left hand, palm facing backwards maybe. And like a chimney, all the heat of the right side can escape through the left hand. So here we can say, Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right channel. Remove all overactivity, all my stress, my overthinking, my thinking, my planning. Right now, I don't have to do anything. I'm allowed to meditate. Right now, I'm in the present moment. There's no past and there's no future. So please remove all this heat. So once again, if you were to have your morning meditation on your own and your right hand feels heavy and hot, you do this. So let's use this left hand now and place it on the right hand side of our navel. This, by the way, is your right middle finger, or the Nabi chakra. And physically we have the liver here. Now the liver gets hot if we think too much. Too much planning, too much thinking. And the liver has to nourish the brain, it gets hot and exhausted. So overthinking, very much connected to this center. And if I'm too much out of sync, I might even get angry and reactive. So we can say, Mother Kundalini, please cool my liver. remove any tensions, any aggressions, any reactions. Help me to just calm down. There's nothing I have to do right now at all. One more time, let's raise the Kundalini. Bring it up. By now we should feel much more relaxed and relieved, really. And I would like you to keep your attention right here on the top, even though we do rinse our feet now. Keep your attention on top of your head. And this is really a little practice, because meditation is actually a state. We can meditate while driving. We can even meditate while talking to people. Just be in this connection with your attention always over your head in the thoughtless. So while we do all this rinsing, take the mug. If you have a towel, you can dry your feet. Ideally, if we are alone, we would remove the bucket. Now this is water we don't want. We will flush it into the toilet and rinse the bucket right after. Please not in the sink, in the kitchen sink, but in the bathroom. You rinse your bucket, again, down the toilet, flush, off and gone. And don't use this bucket for anything but for your foot soak. That's because, well, all the negativity went in there. You don't want to use this for anything else. Right now, we don't have the time, so we just set it aside as far as you can. And we can open our hands and enjoy 10 minutes of an excerpt of a speech by the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. First of all, we have to know what is the truth. People are seeking all over, but they don't know what they are seeking and what should they get after they are seeking. This seeking can lead you into many diverse directions. Some of them could be very, very dangerous and absolutely misleading. And many must have also felt that way. I'm sure there are many who have found it out, but they think there is no way they can return. The seeking is very simple to understand, that you want to know yourself. All the time we say, I want this, I like this, I that. But who is this I? What is it? Who is this one myself? What am I? Do I know anything about myself? It's very superficial knowledge we have about ourselves. Everybody has said, all the religions have said, you should know yourself. There's no difference on this point. Actually, in all religions, if you go in the essence, there's no difference. According to time, it was a little bit stress on one point and sometimes on another point. But the fundamental thing is that you have to know yourself. And how do you know yourself is the point. People will say, do this, give up everything, give up your family, give up everything, wear this kind of dress, cut your hair or shave your hair and all that nonsense. It's so outward. If you put little bit of your intelligence, you will see it's all outward. It's so skin deep, it has no meaning. So what has to happen? We talk of a last breakthrough of the evolution. How do you achieve it? When you are evolved up to the state of human beings, we have to know one thing for definite, that there's something missing within us. Otherwise, world would have been a most beautiful place, the paradise to live in. But something wrong with the human beings, and what is that? Is to understand how we have come through evolution. And as human beings, there are so many things of the animal stage lingering within us. The way we talk, the way we try to appraise others, the way we talk to sort of dominate others, the way we want to snatch everything, the way we are only worried about our food, this, that, all this is not really noble human beings' science. These are all lingering from that animal instinct. All right, we have to accept, because we are human beings, so they are to be there. The thing so much frightening. But also we have one more thing, that we think. And we think and think and think and think, no end of ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we think we should protest for this. Sometimes we feel that we must become very violent. All these things are coming from our human mind. Animals won't be violent for something just for violence sake. They'll be violent, all right, but for their own purpose of killing some animal or something. But here we have groups and groups of people who just enjoy violence. This is another development in the human awareness, I think, that we enjoy destruction of others. But also there is a seeking. This is a sign that people want their evolution. They want to evolve into a better personality. That they want to become something which is complete. Now, how do you achieve it? Now, I must say that we have not achieved our evolution ourselves up to the human level. So, to achieve a higher awareness, there must be some arrangement between us. And that is the arrangement we are not aware of. And that arrangement is that within you is the power, it's your own power to give you this last breakthrough through the awakening of that power. Already you have been told about it. It exists, it is there, and it is the right of every human being to get his self-knowledge, self-realization. Sahaja, Sa means born with you. With you is born the right. And why should we not ask under fundamental rights society that we should have our self-realization, which is your own? It is there already placed within you. You don't have to do anything. Of course you can't pay for it. How much did you pay for your evolution so far? And how can it be different from different people? Because in every human being, this power, which we call as Kundalini, exists, whether he is white, black, yellow, blue, any color. whether he belongs to north or south, any place, whether he belongs to this country or that country, they all have this power universally placed in their Kundalini. Even if I say everybody has a heart, so why should you have differentiation? But this mind, this human mind creates this differentiation and this problem saying that, of course, they are not of our country, they don't belong to a group. And like animals, again, we start getting into groups of different, denomination. Like some people have their fork and spoon put this way, so they are one group. Some people drink coffee, so they have a group like that. You see? We are very good at forming groups. This is also animal instinct, I think, that we try to form groups of such stupid things. And then we can have wars, because we must fight. We are a group, something great, so we should fight others. All these instincts that are within us are inheritance. They have come to us. They say it is in our genes. Still, can we change the genes? Can we transform our personality into something higher? And for that, I tell you, there is a power within us. All of you have that power within you. And what does it give you? It passes through 6 centers, as told to you. It nourishes it, it integrates it, and ultimately it pierces through the last fontanelle bone area. We can call the actualization of the baptism, and is connected to the all-pervading power of divine love. Again I say love, divine compassion and divine love. So you get connected to that power which is all-pervading. If you ask a doctor who runs our heart, he'll say, it's the autonomous nervous system. But who is the auto? Who does all these things? Who does all the living works? Look at these flowers, beautiful. Who has made these flowers? It's different flowers. How does this mother earth differentiates and how she gives all these flowers? Do we think about it? We take it for granted. All living work, we take it for granted. But it is done by this divine power. Believe me, there is this divine power around us which protects us, which looks after us, which guides us. And also, above all, it loves us. And it cares for us. It wants that we should all receive the blessings of this all-pervading power.
So let's keep our eyes closed for a moment and see if we can stay in silence. Just let Shri Mataji's words resonate on our being. And let's see if we can feel this love that she talked about, because end of the day, this Kundalini energy is nothing else than love. And let's feel this love in a moment of silence. So when we have our hands open, maybe we feel these vibrations as a cool breeze. And again, that's nothing else than love. And if it's warm, again, we can help you later in the breakout rooms. Let's just enjoy this meditation. And when I sing you the song, our new song, this is not a concert, this is a meditation. So you can keep your eyes closed and feel, what do I feel on my being? Every stanza is about an element. So maybe we can connect to these qualities of the elements in this song. Kundalini, make me firm and steady, steady as the ever-patient earth, as peaks that rise sublime above the meadows. Let snowy silence nourish this rebirth. Kundalini, let me flow like water, clear and cool within the spirit's light. Make me strong as any mountain river, peaceful as a lake in pure moonlight. For you are a mother, for you are pure. Kundalini, let my soul expand like the ether that permeates the sky. Let me feel the oneness with this love that connects us all. The sky holds every star. Kundalini, kindle in me the fire that burns all my illusions and my fears. The spirit is a joyful flame that dances, then steadies until everything is clear. For you are a mother, for you are pure, for you are a mother, for you are pure. that comes in early spring, that scatters little spirals of bright petals, unfettered and utterly free. For you are a mother, you are pure, you are a mother. Oh, for you are pure.
Wow, thank you, Sia, for such a beautiful song. It goes right to the heart, and it puts us right into that meditative state, that feeling and experience of being in the present. And as you've learned in this program, the simple power of these elements, you can experience the elements every day. I mean, we're surrounded by the elements, but we might not always notice the power that they have and the ability that they have to help us and to really support us in our meditation. So, you know, when you go into nature, you're surrounded by the elements, and instantly you feel at ease, you feel peaceful, you feel calm. Actually, your brain is soothed by nature. There are lots of studies on the effects of being in nature on the brain. And it really is a powerful tool in meditation, just being outside. You know, when you take a walk on the beach and you're walking on the earth barefoot, you're connecting to the earth there, you're grounding, and you feel the support of the earth. You feel relaxed. You're not really thinking about your to-do list or worried about what's coming next down the line. You're enjoying that space. You're walking in the water. It's lapping at your feet, and it's taking your troubles away with it. And this is the power of the elements, especially in nature. I know you have all had an experience in nature, one kind or the other, being in a park, being in a forest, or wherever you are in the world, the terrain around you, the natural elements. It's so easy to maybe miss those in our busy lives, in our electronic filled lives, all these distractions. But really coming back to the power of these elements and the subtle power of them is a powerful tool in your meditation. And in your meditation, all you have to really do is ask for the support and help of these elements. So in our meditation this evening, we'll be doing a little bit of that. We'll ask the element of the earth to help ground us. And the great thing about Sahaja Yoga meditation techniques, all of these uh, anything that you need for meditation. Really, you don't need anything. You can just sit and enjoy. But any assistance that you need from the elements is readily available and inexpensive or free. So being in nature is a great workshop for you, or a free pass to clear your subtle system and to have that support of the natural elements. So anything that we need for a meditation is readily available. So the power of the earth, we can simply direct our hands to the earth, or if you're sitting on the ground, it's very powerful and very soothing. And you instantly feel worries, troubles, obstacles to your meditation being absorbed by the loving power of the earth. And the air element, we're breathing to maintain our life. We're breathing all the time. We don't even really think about it or consider it. It's happening. So when we put our attention on our breath, we're coming into the present, the autonomous nervous system, the present moment. And just having your awareness on your breath is your connection to that element. And it's something that you have ready anytime you need it. So, you might not notice your breathing, but when you do notice your breath, you go inside and you soothe yourself and you're coming more into the present. And of course, there's the power of the fire element. So when you're outside in the sunshine, you feel great. You feel that it's kind of burned away any problems, and it maybe helps give you clarity and sharpen your focus. So these are just the elements that surround us and are available to us to help us grow in our meditation, grow in our understanding of ourself, which is the spirit and this power of love. And it helps us in our evolution and helps us grow in our meditation, becoming more aware of subtle energy. So the power of the ether element, this space between the space, reminds us of the subtle flow of energy that's connecting us to this natural world, connecting us to each other, and soothing and cooling us and giving us insight, being aware of the flow of this energy on our hands, the subtlety of it, the vibrations. So as you grow in your meditation and you continue on this path, I hope you continue to enjoy the natural elements and nature wherever you are. So let's all together meditate, and we'll try some techniques to help clear our subtle system even more, and just using these elements by asking the elements to help us. So the power in Sahaja Yoga techniques really comes from our desire for this state of meditation. So when we ask for it, and we humbly ask for it with our pure desire from nature, these elements are there to support us. So let's meditate together. If you like, you can, find your comfortable seat and maybe even blink your eyes closed, bringing your attention inside and noticing your breath. Maybe notice where your breath is being held. And perhaps noticing any areas of tension as well. So relaxing in your seat, becoming comfortable. And now you can bring your arms to your side. Your palms can face the earth. So if you're seated on the floor, this is great. You're connected to the earth now. You can place your hands on the earth and feel that connection. Or if you're seated in a chair, you can have your hands at your side and let the palms of your hands face the earth. And you may even let your shoulders fall down away from your ears, maybe relaxing areas where you might be holding tension in your shoulders. And here, with your desire for clear energy channels to allow this, your own mothering energy, this Kundalini energy, to flow upwards towards the Sahasrara, to the top of the head, you can ask the earth element. You can even say, "Oh, Mother Earth, please clear my subtle system." And you may even in your heart give a bit of thanks. Thank Mother Earth for supporting you, for nurturing you, for growing you. You can humbly say, "Thank you, Mother Earth, for everything." And now bring your hands up to your lap, and you can keep them on your lap, palms open, and maybe just notice what you feel on your hands subtly. Bring your hand now to your heart. So your right hand to your heart. Again, noticing your breath here. You may feel the air as it passes by the heart, filling your lungs. Maybe take a deep breath here and fill your lungs from the bottom to the top. And as you become full of air, let your exhale carry away any tension. And then continue with your breathing, noticing the air as it flows past the heart. So each of these chakras, each of these energy centers, they're related to an element. So the element of the heart energy center or chakra is air. So let's take 12 deep breaths together here. And you can do this at your own pace with a nice big inhale, filling your lungs, maybe briefly pausing as your lungs are full, and then exhale. And you can do this through your nose. And then when your lungs are empty, briefly pause before again taking another breath. So with your attention on your heart, take 12 deep breaths here. And now, take your right hand from your heart and bring it to the base of your spine and bring it up the central channel to the top of your head. You may even gently press the center of your palm to the top of your head, letting your attention rest here on the very top of your head, the Sahasrara. And let's do this together 3 times, very slowly, with your attention following your hand up to the top of your head, letting your attention remain here in the Sahasrara, the top of your head. And gently let your attention rest there. And now together we can conclude our meditation by raising this Kundalini energy, which is your own mothering energy within, and then taking a bandha. So raising the Kundalini, right hand circling the left, up from the inside and around. And then at the top of your head, you can tie a knot. And then a second time, tie a knot. And third time, tie 3 knots here. And then the bandhan, bringing your right hand from the left to the right, back. It's 1 complete. And you can do 7 for each of the 7 energy centers here. And if you like, when you conclude, you can bring your hands together in the center.
Thank you so much to Sia and Jason for 2 wonderful meditations to help us understand ourselves so much better and how we're connected to these elements. So we'll go now to a few announcements, but after the announcements, we want you to know that you can still request a breakout room. You can ask questions. There are 3 ways actually to ask questions. If you have any further questions after tonight, you have some personal things you want to discuss with the Sahaja Yoga practitioner, or just questions to be answered. So the 3 ways are that you can go into a breakout room. You can just type into the chat that you would like to go into a breakout room. You can type that to breakout room help, or you can ask a question by typing it in the chat again to chat Q&A, which is, there are 2 people behind those 2 places, and you can ask questions there. Or for the program, for the presenter sharing program part, you can also type a question to the MC, which is me. So those are ways that you can continue this evening. But before we go into all that, I do want to make a few announcements. Firstly, let's go to the slide about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 7, and we will ask in day 7, what are we feeling? So we'll go much more deeply into what are we feeling, because in Sahaja Yoga, we try to get out of the mind more and into what we're feeling. Now let's have the slide on resources. In Sahaja Yoga, there are many, in this program, there are many resources, and you'll find that is the case in Sahaja Yoga. One of the major resources that we have in this program is offering you the WhatsApp groups, which is a daily community where you can receive course reminders, links, invitations to the programs, and also daily spiritual messages. So to join our WhatsApp community, the link has been put into the chat for that, and you can just click on that. You'll be brought into a WhatsApp group. Also, you can find more resources on our website, which is typed there, or you can point your camera to this QR code and you'll be taken to the website. So we will have during the breakout rooms next, or the presenter questions, whichever you choose to do, we will have presenters sharing experiences and having Q&A. But it's been mentioned, I think also, and people have heard the word mentor. So about mentors, which is a one-on-one relationship that you can request outside of the meeting. This coming weekend, we will give you an opportunity to request a mentor and start matching you. If you should want to have a mentor, we'll explain a little bit more about that. So now we can go to our presenter sharing. And we'll welcome back our presenters. We welcome back Sia and Jason. Wow, thank you so much. The music was awesome, Sia, and the foot soak experience so full of silence. And I think everyone really enjoyed. And Jason really appreciated that deeper dive into each one of the elements. It was just so lovely. So we do have some questions that we would like to kind of help to engage each other a little bit more over, and also expand on these subjects a little bit better. So let's see. I'm having actually a little trouble with my screen, so sorry if I seem to be playing around with that, which I am. Okay, so our first question is, and we'll see which one of us wants to go first on this. Which of the natural elements, which we learned about tonight, has helped you most in your practice of Sahaja Yoga, especially in the beginning? So shall we leave that to Sia first? Which one has helped you the most in your practice of Sahaja Yoga, especially in the beginning of Sahaja?
Actually, in the beginning is a difficult one. I can just say we did a program on elements once with Purnima, and when we started with art, and she did the poetry and I did the music, and then suddenly we found out there's so much more to it, how you can connect to the we should really do a special session just with the elements, because it's really exciting. But like how Jason covered a lot, like breath, right? The breath in the lungs. I mean, when you learn Sahaja Yoga and you say, okay, this element is connected to this chakra, and you're like, but then when you actually use it or actually think about it, what does it do? That element air at the heart level, that's where the lungs are, and how you did this breathing exercise. And actually, if you do this and you hold your breath and you say an affirmation, it makes you stronger, it makes you more fearless, things like that, right? Obviously foot soak, the earth for walking barefoot, because we all have plastic on the bottom of our heels, right? So we're so disconnected. So just go barefoot or sit on the ground, simple things, hug a tree, just be in the nature, make use of the simplest thing. And then most natural foot soak, obviously the ocean, the lakes that have the elements in them. So things like that. Candle fabulous for burning everything. You will learn so much in the course more how we can use the element fire. There's some really, really cool treatments, and how to use them. So fire for sure, always loved fire. Ether was one I never understood. I must say, ether was like, what's that? But it kind of makes sense, even the ether, the element that transports, right? Like thoughts or attention that doesn't have a time frame. You have attention on somebody far east or something, and bang, it's so things like that is carried through the ether, and that's an element I found really hard to understand. But maybe somebody can enlighten me deeper also on the ether element. And with the air, there's nothing scarier than a storm, right? Wind can be extremely intimidating. So the sort of threats as well as the power, as well as the usage of it is what I found really fascinating. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point, but yeah.
There's so much to express, and
Yeah,
we get excited, and because there's so much we want to share too. How about you, Jason? When you first started in Sahaja Yoga and started meditating, was there any particular element that you felt, really spoke to you, let's say?
Yeah, I would say right off the foot soak was so helpful. And of course, that's the water element mainly, but you have the earth element and then the fire element. If you happen to have a candle or even your space, if there's light, just having your eyes open in a foot soak, you have that light element coming in. And then the ether element, yes, I agree, Sia. It's how can we comprehend that? It's a vast topic. It's like beyond maybe our minds as well. Like ether is maybe beyond time, the way that things are connected across the world and maybe across the universe is it's amazing. And science is still learning and finding out how vast and amazing this system is. But yeah, the foot soak really helped me first off, and even today it's something that I try to get in every night because it helps me rest and it's cleared the day. So the power of the water element combined with all of the other elements is just a powerful tool.
So powerful. And we find out, we're made of them and we feel almost like they're kindred. So we have quite a few questions in the chat that are coming in, and we won't be able to get to all of them. So if we're not able to get to your question, please remember that after our presenter sharing, that you can go in a breakout room, and we really advise that. You just, again, I'll make a note. You can write in the go to the chat and write to breakout room help, and just write there that you would like to go in a breakout room. And then you can get some of these questions answered. There's one particular question that I think we'll engage with here together. Still, I'm not sure when we start practicing Sahaja Yoga ourselves. So that's an interesting question, right? Because everybody's experience has just been online so far, perhaps. And what will be the first step to awaken Mother Kundalini will be the first day class, like we place our right hand to the different chakras. Please guide first. Will it be like that? So Sia, you kind of gave an overview in the beginning. So would you like to address that? This person wants to know when they start practicing Sahaja Yoga ourselves, what will be the first step to awaken Mother Kundalini? But Mother Kundalini's already been awakened, right, by our first classes.
Yeah, just see what you feel. First of all, remove the illusion that you're actually doing something, and just sit, open your hands and see what you feel. And over time, that's what this course is for. You are gonna become very intuitive towards what does right mean, what does left mean, what does each finger mean, and you'll feel that the more, think of it that way, the more you cleanse those energy centers that bother you in particular, then the Kundalini flows more and more strands come through. And through this, you feel different. You will evolve. You will shed certain things that are not good for you. You will feel more joyful. You will feel more loving, but spontaneously. These are not things you do from the head or you do forced. It's not something you say, from today I am doing like this. It's not like that. It just over time, maybe people notice, oh, you've become more mellow, or you're not as aggressive, or whatever it is. It could be whatever your issue was. And that's because we're all different, right? We're all different, yet there's not this one medicine for everybody. So you will find your medicine, you will find your treatments, you will find your affirmations that work for you. And certain things, certain negativities can be very recent. Certain things can sit on us and bother us, and you instantly clear it out. But some things we've taken over time, over generations, or it's a problem of your nation. It's a problem of the people around you. And that may take longer. And for that, you really will have to have patience. So just be patient. Be patient, stick with it. If you have a glimpse, stick with it. And be honest to yourself, is this working for me? Just be very honest. If this is working, then stick with it, right? Sometimes the easier way is how shall I say? The good way is not always the easier way, right?
Yeah.
It's harder to work on yourself than just to live with the dirt, right? It's harder. But if you feel happier through it, more joyful, more relaxed, then stick with it and keep working, keep working, keep working.
Good advice. So basically, I mean, we just do some pretty fundamental things. We sit down, we raise our energy, we take a bandhan, we hold our hands open, and we begin to put our attention inside, which the Mother Kundalini does that way. And then the more that we feel, the more maybe questions we have, and we'll want to know the answers to those. And that's where a mentor is going to help a lot. And that's where the treatments come in too. And you'll figure out, just like Sia said, which ones are good for you. So there's another question here. Let's see. Jason, I'm going to, even though Sia led the foot soak, I'm going to ask you this one. Ideally, how long should we practice Sahaja Yoga every day? And how often should we do the foot soak? Can we do the foot soak?
Yeah, sure. So this is something that even people that have been practicing these techniques for some time maybe contend with. Lives get busy and other things come up. But seeking that state, that experience of meditation is something that can carry you through. And if it's something that you have connected with and you feel that joy, you want to get back to it. So you find the time because you enjoy it and you want to expand on that. And sometimes you might feel that if you've missed it, you're missing out on something that you would like to enjoy. So just allowing yourself that time to get to that state, and maybe going beyond time and not thinking about a set regimen or time, but having at least the discipline to get yourself into a place where you can get into that state.
Yes.
And making it part of your routine and something that you enjoy and love to do.
So for most people, I think, we do have a big life and agenda anyway. But like you said, people can just start out with 5, just make that time knowing that something you want. It could be 5 or 10 minutes. Morning and evening is what we recommend. Really, isn't it? I mean, when we start out, we may not even be able to carve out that time until we start that enjoyment thing happening. And it's like, okay, I want more. And then the foot soak itself, this person is asking, how often can we do foot soak? Pretty much generally, we recommend once a day. In the evening, like Sia was explaining, it helps you sleep. If you don't have, good sleep generally. You can also foot soak in the morning. Some people have found that works for them better. And if you're finding that you're really having a struggle time with yourself, just a challenging time, just as was explained, foot soak clears out all of our subtle system, and so thoroughly. And so you may want 2 foot soaks a day to get beyond those particular challenges that you're facing. So let's see. Let's see if we want to just go back to maybe one more question about the elements before we end this time chatting together. And we'll ask our dear participants if you have any other questions. Please consider putting your question to chat Q&A or to the or into a breakout room. But we'll have one more question, I think, on the elements, which might be of general interest here. And that would be, let's see. Well, I think we already hit on that when we need to re-engage with nature. So let's just take a really simple one about the foot soaking, and that is, what kind of salt do we use? And Sia, you already mentioned it. Can you just repeat that for people in case they get confused?
We use
Yeah.
absolutely normal table salt, just normal table salt. Saying that, I wasn't even aware that this is a question for many years until this Epsom salt popped out, right? And Epsom salt, I heard from different people outside of, I heard it's good for, it's like magnesium, good to have a body soak and things like that for relaxing. Now, I wouldn't know so much about it. I'm not a doctor or a health practitioner or something like that. But I was told that for foot soak, for Sahaja Yoga foot soak, it's should be normal table salt, because Epsom salt can have some issues for some people and doesn't give the required effect. So stick to normal salt. Let's not overthink things. You can always do with your Epsom salt what you want, but for now, for the regular foot soak, just use normal table salt.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So everyone, that question is put to rest, and we don't have to think about it. We can just enjoy our foot soak and let that salt help clear us out. So
but I would like to just mention very briefly, if whoever is sending messages to Q&A and it's not being answered today, we are gathering your questions, and sometimes they come in following sessions, maybe tomorrow, maybe your question will be answered tomorrow, or also in breakout rooms. Keep them for the breakout rooms. That's what I wanted to mention.
Thank you, Sia. Yeah, very good point. Very good point. So again, we want to emphasize that if there's still time, if you would like to, now that we're going to end our presenter sharing and say good night to our beautiful presenters and thank them again. And especially, oh my goodness, such a big night, elements and foot soak. So a lot to absorb, a lot to enjoy. So thank you, Sia, and thank you, Jason. And
thank you so much, Sylvia.
Good night. Thanks.
You. Good night.
And for all of us who are still here, if there are 2 more ways to, or 3, to continue with your evening if you want to stay with us. So you still have time to request a breakout room. You still have time to write a question to the chat Q&A. And there will be about 20 minutes left of music, 20 minutes more of music if you'd just like to stay on and meditate quietly to that music for a little bit longer. So thank you all for joining. Just one more little note that if you're enjoying this class, you're enjoying your progress, you're enjoying Sahaja Yoga, please share it with others. And it makes it even a richer experience when you share it with others. And please do stay with us if you can for these whole 21 days. We really want to stay with you, and we hope you'll make it a point to stay with us as well. All right. Thank you all for joining, and have a beautiful evening. Good night.